been too long since I have live streamed. And for those of you that watch my live streams regularly, I am so sorry that it has been so long. I was in Florida for almost 2 weeks. I went to film content for the other channel I do, Details. And then I also went for Beauty World. So I had planned to live stream in Florida. I just didn't get around to ever doing it. And then I got COVID from Beauty World. So I was sick for a week and a half ish. So I'm still like recovering. Today's the first day that I feel like actually better. It took me a long time to get over it. A lot of people came back from the Ulta beauty event, like including Ulta employees with COVID. So I unfortunately was one of those people that just got sick. So anyway, I'm gonna do another live stream today. It's just gonna be like a quick, like no makeup look. I didn't do my normal skincare routine, so my skin might be a little bit thirstier than usual. So anyway, I didn't do my normal skincare like I normally do. I do have a little bit of errands to run, so it's just gonna be like just a very quick, no makeup look. But let's get started with some sunscreen. For today, I'm gonna use the Sun Bum. It's a little bit more moisturizing. This is the Face 50. And I like this one because, like I said, it is a little bit more moisturizing, but it just sits well under makeup. And I'm almost out of it, and I already know what I'm going to use once that finishes. So I'm kind of excited for that to finish and for me to move on to something else. Okay, so before I do anything else, I think today I'm going to start with brows. I did trim up my brows today, so my hairs are a little bit short, but that should be okay. I want to do just like a laminated brow kind of look. And for that, I always reach for my L'Oreal brow lamination gel. I love this gel because it lasts all day. Like literally, I could sleep in this and my brows will still be stuck to my face the next day. The only thing is I have to do the gels first because if it mixes with the foundation, it just kind of will get a little bit like goopy looking on the hairs, on the brow hairs. So I always do my brows first when I'm gonna do like a laminated look. And then this is also reaching the last little bit of its life too. And I'm sad for this product to be finishing because I already have what I'm gonna wear or what I'm gonna do next in terms of brow lamination gel. Because I do have to try more products out, but this one was really good to me. And I always recommend it anytime anybody's looking for like a good stronghold brow gel. Okay, so the brows are laminated. I'm gonna let that brow gel sit and then fill in my brows. But in the meantime, let's do a little bit of primer. Since today's look is going to be like a no makeup look, I'm going to use a green color correcting primer. And I honestly just kind of use this for the color correcting properties. In terms of a primer, it's not the best. So if you want your makeup to really stay, I would use this along with a better gripping primer. But I like this because it color corrects. And for my light makeup or my no makeup look days, this just works really well for me to like camouflage some of that redness I have in the center of my face. So it calmed it down already. Not calmed it down. It's camouflaging it. It's not calming my skin down in any way, shape, or form. But as soon as my skin is calmer from me rubbing and pulling on it, I mean, I feel like I can already see a difference in the redness, but let me know if you guys can or can't. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm gonna prime. Well, no, I'm not gonna prime my eyelids today. I'm not gonna do a very, very heavy makeup look. So let's just go straight into concealing. Gonna use a little bit of the color corrector from Ole Henriksen. This is in shade Guava. And then I'm gonna pat that in. Okay. And then let's start doing face now. So let's do a little bit of a tinted moisturizer. Actually, no, let's do the foundation stick from Live Tinted. I just got this and I haven't really used it a whole bunch, but and then a little bit more there. So I'm gonna blend this out. Typically, I would just use my fingers to blend this out, but let's use a brush today to hold my little baby hairs back. So I work this into the hairline. And then I'm just careful to not mess up my brows. And that lip tinted stick is supposed to give like a mid coverage range. And I feel like it does. I also don't like a lot of coverage. So maybe for some people, this is more light coverage. It's definitely not thick on the skin or heavy. And then once you're done blending it in, it's very skin like. So I like that, obviously. Okay, now let's do a little bit of brow filling. For today, I'm going to use my Anastasia Brow pen. This has been discontinued. They have a new one now. She just launched, I guess not just, it's been a few months, but she has one that has like a finer tip because this one's kind of wide for brows. So she has one that's a more hair-like tip. And with this pen, I realized I have to be more careful with it than I originally thought. Is this dried now? Let's see. No, a little bit's still coming out. So as I'm doing my brow hairs, I'm gonna go and do sweeping motions to the side to fill in. Is this empty now? What's going on? No, see, it's on my hand. Okay, kind of, sort of, maybe. This pen, I've never really liked this pen. I'm just kind of waiting for it to die on me so I can move on to something else. So I'm not surprised that this pen's been discontinued because it's not great. So there's The before, there's the after. Let's finish this side up. Okay, I think that's gonna be it for the brows because I don't want them to be too full. Let me see if I can fill in some of this sparseness here and maybe a little bit underneath here as well. Okay, so those are done now. Let's do some eyeshadow. For today, I'm gonna use the Ilia liquid shadow. Their liquid eye, it's an eye tint, but it's basically just a liquid eyeshadow. And this is in shade Cork. And these are supposed to be a primer eyeshadow, but they are not. And I don't really like the shade either. I feel like on my skin tone, the shade just looks a little bit muddy. So it doesn't work as a primer, and as a shadow, I don't like the color. So, and then for this, I always blend it in with my finger because I just feel like the little patting motions are more efficient than a brush with this one. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I'm gonna do more with that, but that's gonna just dry down. And then I don't like that it leaves my finger always like really, what's the word? Like the product builds up on my finger quite a bit. And I don't like that. Okay, now let's do a little bit more concealer. I'm gonna go in with the L'Oreal Skin Ink. And then for this one, I am gonna use a little sponge to blend this in. Well, we'll do one at a time. So as I'm blending out this concealer, I'm also kind of going up and just shaping my eye a little bit more, like kind of cutting that eyeshadow a little bit. So there's the before, there's the after. They look very similar actually. Well, I feel like the shading on these concealers is not quite right. I do like this concealer because it doesn't crease and I don't have to set it. So this is probably the only concealer that I've ever tried that I don't have to set. But the coloring, the color options they have are not quite right. I feel like they run very warm. This is the second lightest shade they make, and that should not be, I should not be the second lightest shade that you have in concealers. So kind of conceals a little bit. I feel like I can do another layer, but I also have to be careful with that one because it that one does build up a little bit weird. Um, so we'll let this sit and absorb for a little bit and then we'll revisit. Okay, now let's do some bronzing. Do I want to do a powder or a liquid? That is the question. Let's do I guess let's do liquid. Took me a long time to figure that one out. So I'm gonna just go in with a little bit of the Tarte liquid bronzer. And this shade is super light, so it doesn't really show up once I blend it out. But that's kind of okay. That's kind of the look I'm wanting for a no makeup look. So it's like almost like skin tone, but that's okay. Okay, let's blend this one out. I'm gonna take a little. This is not a foundation brush, but the bristles are very densely packed like a foundation brush. And I like that it's in a long, like it has length to it instead of like a circular shape. So see, you can't really see it once it's blended out, but it gives you like a very natural, like no makeup look. And that's exactly what I'm looking for today. So it sculpts, it does what it's supposed to do. So I always go just like right behind my jawbone and then just follow the jawline, blend down. And then let's go ahead and blend in on this side. I'm going to hold my little hairs up. So it gives just the most subtle color. And that's exactly what I want for a no makeup look. Okay. Now let's work on some blush. Let's Let me think about what I want. I think I want to do a powder today. Let's do a little a powder blush. We're gonna go in with this one from Tarte. This is in shade Anecdote. Where is my blush brush? Where is she? Oh, she's here. It's just a little tiny subtle pink right there. And it's very natural looking. So there's the before, there's the after. Very subtle. Okay. And then I do want to add a little bit of blush under my eyes like I normally do, but I think I am going to go in with the second layer of concealer. And I don't want to put the powder on and then put the liquid on top. So let's just do another little layer of concealer now and let that sit. Yeah, see, so like I told you guys, this you have to be like really methodical about putting another layer on because sometimes it does that. So this is not the best product for layering. Yeah, it's not the best. And then my voice is still not quite back to normal from being sick with COVID. Okay, let's kind of just leave that how it is for now because this product is really tricky to work with. Just clean off my sponge a little bit here before it dries. And then for my sponge, I'm using the Real Techniques, the one that has the little plastic covering it, which helps to not absorb as much product. And I also don't have to use the sponge wet. So I like both of those options. And then it also has like little grooves in the plastic. So it mimics a fingertip. So I like both of those options. Okay, so let's leave that there. I'm gonna go in with just a little more bronzer. I'm gonna be using shade Hula from Benefit. And I just want to do a little bit there. I mainly want to do a little bit of powder on my forehead. Just a little bit more because I have such a big forehead. Okay. And then I'm also going to just take the corner of my brush, pick up a little bit of powder and just brush just that outer corner of my eye. So same thing for the other side. Okay, just a little bit. Just mainly on those outer sides. And then I usually don't bronzer my nose. I don't know why I did today. Let me put this back. And then I do want to do a little bit of highlighter. So let's do let's do this one from Charlotte, the one that comes in the palette. Actually, I don't think they sell these palettes anymore, but it has the blush and the highlighter duo. I'm gonna take a little eyeshadow blending brush, pick some up with that just right on the like bridge of my nose, I guess. I thought the bridge was like lower, so I don't know what this part is called. If you guys let me know, let me know. I mean, if you guys know, let me know in the comments. And then I'm going to take a bigger highlighter brush and then just dust right there. I'm gonna go back in with that first brush, pick up a little highlighter and put it on my arch. Just dust that out. Same thing on this side. Dust that out. I'm also gonna do a little in that inner corner. Okay. And then I'm gonna go back in with that Tarte blush from before, and then just kind of touch up a little bit and also bring some under my eye. That's a little plastic from my makeup bag that I took to Florida. It was falling apart on me. Okay, so just a little under there. And then, do I want to do an eyeliner? I think the answer is going to be no. So I'm just going to do mascara and then lips, and then I think we'll be done after that. So I'm going to use the Makeup Forever mascara. This is one that I'm excited to get rid of. It's almost to the end of its life, and I was not a big fan. I haven't been enjoying it. So let's do a little curl. And then that's going to be it for the mascara. I'm not going to do super, super heavy of a coat because this is a no makeup look. So I just want to just kind of do a fine layer of product on my lashes just to make them more visible. Let's do the other side. Okay, so same thing on that side. We're just doing a very quick little layer. Usually it takes me forever to do my lashes. And I guess it still kind of is taking me forever to do them. Okay. So we are pretty much done. I think that's going to be it for the face. So let me just go ahead and rehydrate and kind of melt everything. And then while that's drying down, let's do lips. Obviously, want to do something natural and subtle. I have a lot of options for that, I guess. Let's do, what do I want to do? Let's do, let's try this. I've never used this by itself. It's the Rem Beauty Glossy Balm in shade Juice Box. I always pair this with a liner. I don't think I've ever worn it just by itself. So let's do that together for the first time today and see what we think about it. Okay, I don't hate it. I forgot how sticky this is. I'm not a fan of sticky glosses. It's turning very pink, like very pigmented. So not the shade I was looking for. I probably will move on to something else, but that is going to be the look for today. My no makeup look. I can put my hair down so you can see the finished look, but it is, my hair's wet. I haven't styled it or done anything to it yet. So that's the look for today. I'm going to go run errands. Yep. So I am hoping to do another live stream tomorrow. Um, I know I need to get better with the live streaming. I try. I promise I really do try, but it's hard. So hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching.